Dennis Rodman goes down as one of the most valued Chicago Bulls players. With his exceptional defensive skills and fierce rebounding prowess, Rodman was an indispensable player to the team. Alongside the great Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, Rodman formed an unstoppable trio, leading the Bulls to 3 consecutive championships from 1996 to 1998. But Rodman's success on the court was unfortunately matched by his failure in the money department. In 1997, Rodman commanded a $9 million contract, a massive amount at that time. But today, the NBA legend is worth only $500,000. So how did Rodman, a man who once had it all, suffer a staggering fall from grace? Dennis Rodman's childhood in Trenton, New Jersey was marked by instability and hardship. His father left the family at a young age, leaving his mother to struggle to provide for him and his siblings. Rodman was a shy and timid child, often clinging to his mother's side. He was frequently bullied by his schoolmates, which added to his feelings of loneliness and fear about the future. The one place where Rodman did break out of his shell was at the local gym on the basketball court. Now, Rodman loved to play basketball, but he wasn't that good. Rodman would team up with his sisters, and they'd play and beat teams of men, but his sisters were the real stars. Despite his passion for basketball, Rodman faced setbacks in high school. He stood at only 5'11" and failed to make the varsity team at the Dallas, Texas high school he attended. When he graduated from high school, his mother kicked him out since he didn't have a job. This left Rodman homeless and with no path in life. This was his existence, on and off, for nearly 2 years. He spent his days playing basketball, growing at an incredible rate, his clothes ripping apart. He relied on hand-me-downs from friends and found comfort as an interloper in their families. Despite being homeless, he didn't show any signs of sadness. In fact, he seemed quite content. Rodman eventually landed a job as a janitor at the Dallas-Fort Worth airport, but it wouldn't last long. One night, Rodman broke into a shop at the airport and stole some watches. Rodman would eventually be caught and arrested for this incident. Luckily, Rodman would get off without any charges, but he'd of course lose his job. Rodman's daily basketball routine continued, and he eventually enrolled at Cook County Junior College in Dallas. He'd play 1 semester of basketball before dropping out because of bad grades. Rodman's grades may have gone down, but his height rose significantly, shooting up from 5'9" to 6'7" over the summer. During the summer, he attended a summer basketball camp, and this camp would change his life forever. While playing basketball at the camp, college scouts took notice of Rodman's game. As soon as he left the camp, they reached out to him, offering him a university scholarship. Initially skeptical about the offer, Rodman would become a star at Southeastern Oklahoma State University. In 3 years at SOSU, Rodman averaged 25.7 points and 15.7 rebounds per game. Rodman had faced many trials and tribulations in his young life, but this didn't stop him from making something of himself. In the 1986 NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons selected Rodman in the 2nd round with the 27th overall pick. Detroit would become the perfect place for Rodman because they valued a family atmosphere in the Pistons locker room. Pistons coach Chuck Daly acted as a father figure to Rodman, and this was precisely what he needed. Over the course of his 20 years with the NBA, Dennis Rodman honed his skills and eventually became known as one of the greatest defensive players of all time, despite his propensity for engaging in interpersonal drama and provocative behavior with other players. Rodman earned 2 NBA Defensive Player of the Year awards and dominated the league in rebounding for 7 straight seasons. The legendary athlete pocketed $27 million in salary, plus additional income from endorsements and sponsorships, and cemented his status as a cultural icon through his headline-grabbing antics off the court, including a high-profile romance with Madonna. At one point, Rodman was the 10th highest-paid player in the NBA, which, if invested properly, should have provided generational wealth for the prolific player. Unfortunately, today, the former NBA player touts a paltry net worth of only $500,000. So how did Rodman go from a multi-million-dollar net worth to just $500,000? Dennis Rodman's lifestyle is very unusual and unpredictable. He has done very strange things, like wearing a wedding dress and suddenly leaving for Las Vegas during the basketball season. Rodman has never let societal norms or the rules bind him. In the 1990s, the media loved him because he was different and fun. He also wore clothes and makeup that men don't usually wear, which helped break gender rules. You could say Rodman is like a work of art. Along with his unusual wardrobe preference, Rodman is also known to love partying and gambling. He would often sneak away to Sin City for a night or two of fun during the basketball season. Sometimes he would stay for a whole week and party nonstop. And of course, when you add alcohol, Las Vegas, and gambling, it can be a dangerous combination. Once Rodman and his former teammate Jack Haley went to Vegas, Haley shared one such incident that ended up with Rodman losing a large amount of cash. Haley said that Rodman did not shy away from gambling for big stakes. Evidently, it was one of the things they had in common. Furthermore, they would spend the majority of their summer in Sin City. During some nights at the casino, Rodman got lucky and made big bucks, about $89,000 per night. However, the money didn't stay long with Rodman, as he lost a whopping $200,000 a week after the faithful night. Another time in Las Vegas, Rodman engaged in gambling without aiming for a win. Instead, he sought out loss. Rodman intentionally placed large bets at the casino, going against common gambling wisdom. Dice rolled, bets were placed, and Rodman's deliberate strategy led to him losing close to $35,000, an amount he had set out to lose in the first place. After losing so much money, he explained why he did it, and that's because he hates money and went to Las Vegas to lose it so he could feel normal. But his gambling addiction is far from the reason behind his financial wreck. Rodman is also known for his high-profile relationships. He's known for dating pop icon Madonna in the 1990s. Their connection was marked by its unconventionality, with both individuals known for their flamboyant and rebellious personas. He was also married to Carmen Electra and Michelle Moyer, with whom he's involved in several high-profile child support cases, paying out substantial amounts to them. These payments, along with legal fees, further eroded his financial standing. But the final blow came when he fell prey to the cunning Peggy Fulford, a fake financial advisor who worked with a number of high-profile clients in the NBA. Rodman met Peggy through a mutual friend in the mid-2000s when he was struggling with alcoholism and developed such a close bond with her that their relationship went beyond the professional. Rodman was seeking emotional support and financial advice from Fulford. While unknown to him, she was after his wallet. A strong bond soon developed between Rodman and Fulford, with Rodman having unrestricted access to her home. He knew the security code and even took her son, Elkin King, on a trip to North Korea in 2013. Rodman publicly expressed gratitude to Fulford and King for their support during his Basketball Hall of Fame induction speech in 2012, thanking Fulford by name.
Peggy King, Elkin King, the family, that these guys are taking care of me these days. Thank you, Peggy.
Unfortunately, his appreciation for Fulford didn't spare him from her scamming and scheming. She stole from him, cut off the electricity at his Florida condo, stopped paying his life insurance premiums, and even took away his debit card, claiming he wasn't responsible enough to manage his finances. Their bond was so strong, though, that even as red flags began to mount, Rodman put his trust in Fulford. He was finally forced to accept the truth when another victim of Fulford, former NFL star Ricky Williams, involved the FBI. But how was Peggy able to orchestrate these multiple scams, right? Fulford's signature move was offering to work without pay and promising to help build generational wealth. By 2011, Peggy Fulford was at the top of her game, stealing money from her clients and living in the lap of luxury. She claimed to have graduated from Harvard with degrees in law and business, boasted of passing her General Securities representative qualification examination, and went on to work on Wall Street. However, upon investigation by the authority, it was revealed that her supposed credentials were entirely fabricated. She had actually gone to Spelman College in Atlanta, but dropped out when she got pregnant. In November 2018, Fulford was sentenced to a maximum of 10 years in prison for her crime. So despite Rodman's impressive career and iconic status, Rodman couldn't be saved from financial wreckage due to his indulgence in a frivolous lifestyle and vulnerability to scam. What are your views on Dennis Rodman's financial woes? Tell us in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the like button if you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.